Oh, Gary, how you doing?
All right, how are you, Andy? How's the tech?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to work tonight because we're pushing technology to the limits tonight.
Oh, there's boundaries and there's boundaries, but folk don't know that we wing it every week and up to 3 minutes too.
You can never tell, Gary. But hey, Gary, do you want to see my new trick?
Ah,
Do you want to see? Do you want to watch this? Right? Abracadabra. Look.
No. Does that mean if I point that way, it's the right direction?
So look, you can do that.
Hey, that's like kind of when the music's on, we can.
Oh, we can swap places, Gary. We can change.
Yes.
But is it Ant and Dec, or is it Dec and Andy? Which or Dec and Gary and Andy and Gary and Andy? Which way around are we supposed to be?
Well, that's a good trick. Where did you learn that? Did you download a patch?
I did not download a patch. The software updated itself, Gary.
Oh, that's
the clever guys. A lot of folk have been asking us what software we use to bring Paisley Community Chat Show to you. And incidentally, if you're tuned in and you're watching, hello everyone. It's great to have you.
I forgot that.
We forgot to welcome our
audience. This is an extension of our normal day, just chatting to folk on Zoom and Teams. And
some of the folks were actually on early. Paul Stewart was in super early with his Sweetheart Stout and Baby Sham.
That was last week, Andy.
No, that's a new comment. That's
no
a new
way.
Comment. I might have been last week. I don't know.
It was last week. Dumb and Dumber. He's a funny guy, isn't he, that Paul Stewart?
We can always expect pelters from Paul
Stewart. Are you
Stewart.
friendly with him?
Paul, I suppose
up to now.
We're on friendly terms, Paul, are we not?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone that knows us and folk that don't know us. Welcome to week 18 of Paisley's #1 community chat show that happens to be on at 8 every Wednesday. Welcome to you people, and hello to those folk that hang about here on a Wednesday. You're very welcome.
Beaming live across the whole Shire of Renfrew Shire.
The universe.
We've had some folk tuning in from far and wide, Gary, but we also have our usual crew in. As always, Jackie. Never a week goes by without Jackie tuning in.
Cuts holidays short.
I know, absolutely. We've got Helena. Hello, boys. Hello, everyone. And Helena now has 2 cats. Two cats. Well, we maybe do they've got their own Facebook page now, I think, Gary.
Right. How can a single cat breed?
Well, I don't know. So maybe you pour water on it. Maybe it's like one of the gremlins. Don't feed it after dark and don't get water on it, Gary.
A wee bit of wet water on your cactus. Rubbish joke. Anyway, how's this show going to go tonight, Andy? With it being for pubs, we're talking about pubs tonight, aren't we?
Pub special tonight. Yes, I think we're very aware. Obviously, as we all know, the pubs have probably been fairly impacted in Paisley, initially closing down and now opening up under fairly odd conditions. But we've got a great heritage of pubs in Paisley, have we not, Gary?
Aye, when I was driving around the other day and reflecting on some of the pubs I used to frequent.
Right.
And I've seen some Facebook stuff popping up on one of my favourite ever pubs that I used to go to.
In Paisley?
In Paisley.
Go on.
Scandals.
Scandals. I'm too young for Scandals, Gary. Where was Scandals?
Scandals was in Silk Street.
Ah, okay.
Along for Paris and Valentino's Disco.
Right. I used to go to the Unders at Paris.
I see the Curves gym up there, but along the road was Scandals.
Right.
And it would go in about 6:45, 7 o'clock. Downstairs, game of pool.
Right.
Top button undone.
Okay.
Game of pool. And then about 9 o'clock, do your top button up and go upstairs.
That was you dressed for the night out? I
was dressed up. Button undone, game of pool, button done up, upstairs.
That was you. Scott aftershave, Gary, and keep your fingers crossed.
Aye, I spot a lone brow.
Drive the women crazy, Gary.
Yeah, and then we graduated for there round to the wine bar in Fustenberg, and that was the end of that was it. All downhill.
Fusti's.
Fustenberg.
There's another one, Joan. Monday night unders for me, Andy. We must have frequented at the same time, Joan. And there was some cracking pubs in Paisley. I was a Carnegie's guy.
Yeah. Well, I've been in a few, Andy. The Afton used to be a regular haunt of mine as well.
Well, Carnegie's was where I met my lovely wife. 29 years ago.
Nice?
My goodness. Thank you, darling.
Wow. So I was in a lot of pubs, Andy, because I played amateur football, and you play amateur football, the pub sponsor you, so you dot around.
You had to spend your money in the sponsors.
Aye, so we went from places like the Afton and up to New Street, the one that's next to the Bull Inn sponsored us once, and then we ended up in the Craigdhu, as it was once called Hamilton's.
Hamilton's, that's right. Well, Craigdhu's a good boozer. Been in there.
Yeah.
Been in there a few times. In fact, myself and a couple of my friends, we've been doing sort of Paisley mini pub crawls, and we'll start up at the top end of the town and we'll work our way down, and we'll see how far into the town we can get, how many pints of beer we can get. But you can do that down Neilston Road. That's a kind of 10-pinter, I think, if you taking all the boozers on the way down. But there's a few out there.
We did one for the West End once. We started in Campbell and Knightley, was it? It was the end shot at the top of Well Street, the pub right across there. So we went in there. Never been in there in my life, and it was kind of sawdusty. So it was half pinters every time we went along. We went into all the pubs along there and ended up doing in shuttles.
Right.
You'll not remember shuttles, but we ended up in shuttles.
Aye.
Which is not too far away from one of our guests this evening.
Well, we'll be talking about our guest shortly, Gary, because tonight, after all, is a pub special, folks. So we know that Paul's got his Sweetheart Stout and Baby Sham. Usually about this time, I get my cup of tea, Gary, and a glass of water. I'm wondering.
Oh.
I wonder if I got a beer, Gary.
You might be getting a wee avocat.
Oh, you never know. You never know. We'll see what the kitchen brings up.
Yeah. That's an interesting point, Andy.
Go on.
My first pint was in Snoddy's opposite the cathedral after choir practice.
Right, okay.
Yeah, where was your first pint?
Oh, goodness. It would have probably been in Carnegie's. It would have probably been in Carnegie's. My cousin and my brother would come over from Canada, and I was only, I think, 17 at the time. But I would sneak out and get into Carnegie's and go and have a wee night out with them. That was kind of my usual. So we've got a pub landlord on tonight. We've got karaoke, Gary.
Yeah.
And what else have we got coming up?
And we've got our quiz.
We've got a fantastic pub quiz now, Gary. How is the pub quiz going to work?
It's for fun. We want people to, when they think they've got an answer, write it down.
Right.
We'll come back to you with answers later on. We don't want anyone to put answers up in the chat unless they're the wrong answers.
So wrong answers only in the chat, and they've got to be humorous wrong answers.
Humorous wrong answers.
So humorous wrong answers.
Yeah. So if the question is, where was Andy's first pint? The humorous answer is, I don't know.
What's
the wrong answer to that, Andy?
Early Learning Centre.
There, the humor. That's dead funny. That's what it is. Right,
where was the Earl of Cranberry, Gary?
Earl of Cranberry, just up Shuttle Street on the right.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, hold on. What we got? It's a cup of tea, Gary. It's a cup of tea. See if I've got anything else. Oh, I've got
a water and a...
Oh, look at this, Gary.
A Peroni.
Peroni. How good is that, Gary? So we've got the pub quiz coming up. We've got karaoke, and we've got our landlords coming on tonight as well. So it's a pub special, folks.
Special. But is he trying to get pubs together? They're all shy.
Too shy, Gary.
They're all shy. With Jason lined up, but he's had to schedule himself on shift. Oh, cheers, Andy.
Cheers, folks. Paul, cheers if you've got your Sweetheart Stout going on and your Baby Sham. Cheers. I hope you're allowed to have a beer and broadcast at the same time, Gary. What have you got? Oh, you've got a wee tinny. The Camden Hells Lager.
It's Camden Hill. What the hell is it? I was giving it a go. I spotted it in M&S the other day.
Right, and you just thought you'd give it a go.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers, folks. If you're watching,
right, time is Andy. Time me. Half an hour. I'll need to go for a toilet break.
Oh, you better watch out. Don't want to. Once you break the seal, Gary, that'll be you. You'll be there all night.
That's
right,
me.
hold on a second.
Excuse me, guys. I need to go to the bog. That's the way it works.
Just when it's your round.
Why? Sneak in at the tail end. Six of the boys away in. You're at the end.
That's it.
Oh, I need to go to the toilet.
And we've got a few. All hail the ale. We've got a few.
So that's the rules with the quiz tonight. Wrong answers only in the chat. So we encourage you to put loads of wrong answers, and they've got to be funny. And then we'll give you the answers later on. And it is just for fun. We'd like to mark yourself out of whatever it is. We'll even make up the number. So we've got 10 questions. And have you done the picture round, Andy?
I've done the picture round, Gary. Oh, I need to upload the image, but I'll do that in a moment. I'll do it. 10
easy questions and 10 pictures. So it's out of 20.
And then that's us.
That's it. Mark yourself. Put it up the side.
You've got to be honest.
And the winner gets nothing.
You've got to be honest. Well, maybe Paisley Community Trust might shout you a pint, or I'll shout you a pint, or
that's a good idea.
An alternative drink of your choice, because we appreciate not everybody drinks. Right, before we do get started with our first guest, Gary, we've got a couple of wee things that have been happening that have been quite interesting this week that we thought we'd want to update everybody on.
So we have.
So we had an interesting meeting today. Well, do you want to talk about that?
There's the winner
already. Gets a mask.
Winner gets
a Paisley Community Trust mask. A money can't buy prize, Gary.
Yeah, that's good. Or a virtual tenner bad voucher.
There we go. Piero can sponsor the prize next time.
Yeah.
Right. So today we had an interesting day today, did we not, Gary?
Yeah. I mean, it was quite a busy day today. We've been working up to quite an important meeting this afternoon at 2:00. I just want to be transparent and open with everyone. With a meeting today with Marks and Spencers.
Marks and Sparks had a meeting with them. And just as a bit of background to everybody, for everyone, I mean, most of you folks will probably know, but Marks and Spencer's moving out the town centre. Needless to say, there was a lot of disappointment, anger, outrage, sadness that it was going. A lot of you got in touch with Paisley Community Trust to say, what are you going to do about it? And as we mentioned in one of our previous shows, we sent a letter to the chief exec saying, we believe that Marks and Spencers need to leave a legacy behind in the town to allow the community to rebuild the high street. That was our ask, if you like.
Yeah. And
they set up a meeting for us, and we had a chat with them today, and that's what we've asked them. So they're a way to think about it. We don't know what will come of it, Gary, but at least we've made the question.
Yeah, we've asked the question pretty directly. You're leaving. We want you to leave a legacy behind. We want you to work with Paisley Community Trust to build our town back better than you're leaving it.
Yeah,
that's the proposal. A lot of detail in it that phrase commercially sensitive. We can't share online or live to the world. But we've done that. We've asked them. We're hoping to work with them to make the town better. Fingers crossed. We're going to be back in touch with them again. We're going to meet with them again, and then we'll let you know what happens.
Yep, we're trying to demonstrate leadership, I think, Gary, with this initiative. And of course,
and I say cheers to that.
Cheers. Here's to whatever comes out of it, Gary.
Do you want a packet of crisps, Randy?
A packet of crisps? No, I need to. You don't. You're a crispaholic, Gary.
Crispaholic. I've been off crisps for about 10 years.
Get your bowl of popcorn instead. So we'll let you know what comes of it, folks. And the most important thing is, whatever we do, it's a community project. So we'll work with everyone in the town, all stakeholders, traders, organisations, local authorities, to leave something good in the town. And before we do go on to our next guest, Gary, we wanted to talk about community because there was quite an exciting set of announcements coming out from Scottish Government just the other day.
Yeah, no matter what shape or size the government is, it's the government. So they've announced what's their case for government or whatever it is. What's that phrase, Andy, they've used for it?
Program for government.
Program for government. They've announced
laying
program
out
for government.
Their plans and their aspirations for what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, so program for government, and type in the word community on the PDF and it comes up all over the place. So community is everywhere. So the drive forward from post-COVID, particularly related to regeneration and regeneration of high streets and town centres, is about community.
Yep.
A couple of key phrases: well-being, economy is an important thing as things progress, and the 20-minute. What's it? The 20-minute thing? 20-minute neighbourhood.
20-minute
neighbourhood.
But one of the most important things, folks, is the council, the Scottish Government have earmarked, I think it's 275 million, Gary?
Yeah.
275 million for community-led projects. That's a huge amount of money. And what we're asking everyone is get behind community projects in the town. Get behind Paisley Community Trust. Get involved. Become a member. Tell us what you want to do. Because if the Scottish Government are going to be spending £275 million in community projects, we want to make sure some of that comes into Paisley. So please contact us, get in touch. Let's get our ideas together and let's be able to present those concepts and ideas to the Scottish Government. Because if we don't stand up, if we don't have a voice, that money will get spent elsewhere, and we need it in Paisley more than anything else.
And as Eddie has said there, Andy, if you don't ask, you don't get. And we're asking, and we've asked very directly. So we've got two ready to go projects. We just need that support. So everyone welcome to come in and join us as members and kind of push us forward and give us feedback, give us encouragement. It's all about community. So
absolutely. Get behind your community projects. Everyone working together. Let's put in a strong proposition, and together we can make Paisley build back better, as we've been saying, Gary. Let's do that.
Build back better.
Right, Gary, how's that tinny going down?
It's not bad, actually. I think I can, back to my student days, I think I'll nurse that for the rest of the show.
Oh, is it one of those ones that you need to nurse for a while? Well, it was Big Piero was on the show a while ago, a couple of weeks ago, and he had a Peroni lined up, so that put me in the mood for a wee Peroni, Gary.
With Peronis are nice. I like that Birra Moretti as well. That's a nice smooth drink.
That's a good one.
Right, we'll keep our guests waiting, Andy.
Well, will we bring our first guest on?
First guest on, he's on shift. So we better bring in Colin May from the Lane.
Colin, can you hear us? Where's he gone, Gary?
He's had a beer and he's away for a pee.
You think he's had to chuck somebody out?
He's maybe had to. Anyway, that's a view of the Lane.
It's quite something.
Well, I'm not texting him, Dave.
He was saying a minute ago, Gary. He'll have just. Aye, he'll be back.
There's he's there. Colin, you're live to the nation. What's going on?
How we doing, guys?
All right, Colin. How's you?
Not bad, yourselves?
Good. Thanks for joining us on the chat show this evening.
No problem.
Colin, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can, yes. I can hear you both.
Good stuff. And you are broadcasting out to everybody in Paisley and Renfrewshire and goodness knows where else. So welcome. Thanks so much for joining us on the programme.
No problem at all.
And you own that building, don't you, Colin?
No, I do not.
Dear, just get that one out of the way, just to be clear. So what's your role there, Colin, down at the Lane?
I'm the general manager. I look after just kind of day-to-day operations and making sure the business runs as smoothly and as well as it possibly can.
Fantastic, Colin. And tell folk about the lane, because some folk might not know Paisley that well, or they might not be down to that part of the town.
The lane is probably one of the largest pubs in Paisley. It's been a staple in Paisley for a number of years now. Prior to being the lane, it was well known as Suburbia. It's traded as the lane for just over 3 years now. Pretty successfully for the most part. Multi-bar operation, nice big indoor space. When you come in the front door, it's a beautiful cobbled street. This looks like you're walking down a lane.
Aye.
Bars off to both sides.
Now, Colin, am I correct in saying you're on your mobile phone? So technically, do you think we're able to do a wee walkthrough? Do you think that would work?
If I can figure out how to flip this camera around, then we can give that a bash. Yep.
Right.
Let's do that, Colin.
Absolutely. But I think you're
out and about in the pub just now, aren't you?
I am in the pub just now, yeah. So
is Colin still working his technology? Oh, we had.
You're not watching, Colin. You pressed the wrong button.
Have we broke Colin?
Well, you broke me the other week, Andy.
You steady?
You know what I mean.
The technology is definitely playing up with Colin there. He's Colin, if you can hear us, you'll need to come out and back in again. Oh no,
he's going to do it. He'll be fine.
We'll get a roving. We can hear stuff.
So you asked the man to do something. Oh, there he goes.
Right, we get his laptop there, and then he's gone.
Piero's funny.
So, folks, Piero. So, folks, it'd be great to know what your favourite pub in Paisley of all time, and some of the pubs that you've been going to recently, because there's a good number of pubs that are out there that we perhaps don't know about. We were originally going to have the chap on from Gantry, but he was unable to join us. But we now have Colin back.
Colin back.
A roving reporter. That's a nice pair of shoes you got there, Colin.
Thank you. There we go.
Right, let's walk us through. Let the punters know what they're on live to the nation on Paisley's #1 chat show.
Oh, I don't know if I like that too much.
Oh, outside that looks nice out there, Colin.
I'll start from the front.
Very nice.
Oh, this is great.
So, this is the lane on Shuttle Street. If anyone
Brilliant.
doesn't know, as I said before, you come in and it's a beautiful cobbled street.
Oh, that's nice.
A few customers in tonight as well. We serve food from 12 o'clock right through till 10 o'clock every day.
Right.
The bar on the left-hand side is called the Ginger Slug.
Oh, is it?
Ginger
Slug story.
Oh, aye.
So you walk up, it's very much kind of bringing outside, inside.
Brilliant.
We've got our own wee photo wall for the ladies.
Instagrammable.
Very much so. And then our lounge bar up at the rear of the building as well.
Oh, fantastic.
You can see the kitchen open past from the corner.
Right.
You've done a good job doing that place up, Colin. That looks really smart.
I say it's been kind of the similar layout since it was originally Suburbia. And then obviously a bit of work done just over 3 years ago.
So you've got 2 bars in there, Colin, is that right?
We do, yeah. 2 bars.
And what's your kind of hours right now? Obviously, with COVID, everybody's having to contend with COVID, Colin. So what's your hours now?
Our hours haven't really changed.
Right.
We're still functioning from 12 o'clock in the afternoon right through till midnight, 1 o'clock on the weekends. As I said, we serve food all day, right through till 10 o'clock at night. Oh,
fantastic. Some great comments coming in already. Colin, you've obviously built up a good following of folks that come in. And how have you managed to kind of bounce back from COVID? Because there's a lot, I mean, we couldn't hear any music. That's one of the things that you're not allowed to do right now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been very difficult. No music, social distancing. We're fortunate that we're such a big venue. That can join with the fact that we can put in other sort of mitigating procedures and processes into place that allow us to operate at 1 metre rather than 2 metres for social distancing,
Right.
Which has been a massive benefit. Our capacity's dropped from round about 300 down to approximately 150, depending on how many seats are out, how many people are around tables. But staff have worked tirelessly hard, and we've been really, really successful so far. We can't have no complaints. Everybody who's come in has been really understanding and really accommodating with what we want to do as well.
Yeah.
Business impact, Colin, even to wipe your face, that drop in capacity must be quite difficult to deal with.
Absolutely, it's been difficult. However, at the same time, I think people not being allowed to go to the pub for such a long period of time, they're now out more often. They're out midweek. They're out nights they wouldn't possibly be out. Obviously, we can't have as many people in at the weekend as we would like, or as we would normally have. But we are seeing it a lot more spread out. To have this number of people on a Wednesday night, in a cold, wet September night, it's fantastic. So it's a testament to the local people as well that they're coming out and supporting the businesses too.
And that's a really important message, Colin. It's something that's been, a continual theme of the chat show. In fact, it was the Provost who sort of brought it up on, episode 1 that we had of this was shop local. If and when we get the opportunity to go back out, spend your money locally. And have you been able to benefit from that? The scheme that was running there, the other, the Eat Out to Help Out, was that something that you guys were taking part in?
We did. We signed up to the government Eat Out to Help Out scheme, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Looking through the number of people that we've fed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're looking regularly over 1,000 people a week in 3 days, which is unbelievable. It's
a lot.
It's fantastic to think that there's that number of people in Paisley coming out weekly, and I'm sure we're not the only place. I'm sure everybody's just been as busy as us. We've extended it now along the lines of you helped us, it's our turn to help you.
All right.
We're running the scheme right through September off our own back.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we've added in a Thursday.
Great.
To try and encourage the community to keep coming out locally in Paisley and use ourselves and stay local and visit the local places.
Oh,
that's great to hear, Colin. I see Shuttle Street as well starting to look pretty good, and hearing through the grapevine on some initiatives on making it look and feel a wee bit more Ashton Lane. I seen the bungalow recently, and they were talking about road closures and putting tables and umbrellas and stuff out. Are you going to try that?
Yeah, I mean, Tommy and Alan are relentless on their pestering of the councils, and it has the right effects. They know the right people to talk to, they know the right buttons to push, and it's fantastic to have people like that on our street. There is now conversations in place to get Shuttle Street looking a bit smarter, try and take it back to where it used to be, on the back of them now having an occasional licence for tables and chairs outside. We have also been granted the same licence, which comes into effect for us this coming Friday. So Friday, weather pending, you'll be able to sit outside in Shuttle Street, outside the lane for food and drinks, and hopefully enjoy a bit of sunshine.
Oh, that's great, because that's always been a pretty busy wee part of Paisley. There's been a number of bars down there over the years, and nightclubs, bungalows there, and vibrant. I remember, I think it was Eddie Devine who's probably old enough to remember when it was McFadden's Garage, apparently.
Goodness sake.
Which is way before my time, but if I remember, it used to be Bugsy's. Is that correct? Can you remember that, Gary or Colin?
Oh, no. I remember it as a bed centre.
Unfortunately.
Back in my day, it was a bed centre, Andy, because you'd get past the wee church on the left.
Right.
It was a bed centre, I think, and then Shuttles opened up, and Shuttles was the place to go. So we used to go around the corner to the wine bar, across the road to Cannes, which was in Forbes Place.
Right.
And Shuttles went up to Rascals and Toledo and up the road to, oh God, there was loads of pubs.
Tons of places. Well, I remember Bugsy's, but Bugsy's was a kind of like a pool hall. And this was going back to about 1984 there or thereabouts. It was an arcade that used to have machines round the side, tables in the middle. Bugsies. There's another name from the past.
Very good. Have you got a museum in there, Colin, to all the different iterations of what the lane used to be? Andy's big on museums.
We don't know. I mean, we've got. I think the only thing that I've got really is we've got a photograph, designer's drawing of what the lane originally was when it opened as Suburbia. And you're talking
very good.
A good 18 years ago now, when it opened as Suburbia. As far as I'm led to believe, it was a bus garage, then a bed centre, then an amusements arcade, and then it became a bar, and it's never really looked back since.
Well, there you go. There's Joan on. I remember it as the snooker club Bugsies. So there we go. Now, Joan also remembers Carnegie's, and in particular Wednesday night. So I'm pretty sure that Joan and myself must be of a similar kind of era, similar kind of vintage, Joan.
Yeah, Paisley on a Wednesday night used to be mobbed. Wednesday and Sundays, funnily enough, Carnegie's on a Sunday used to have this strange thing going on. That you'd go in there and it felt like all they played was Lulu.
Did they make you want to shout, Gary?
Aye, I did. Aye, that's good. So that's great to hear everything you're doing down there, Colin, and that you're looking to benefit from the whole of September doing your own scheme and then opening up outside. Fingers crossed the weather's good for you, and because that wee street down there is really quite special. Browns Lane round the back, could be quite a place that for Paisley.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's a lot of work going on in George Place. They're redoing the cobbles and sorting out the street. I was doing a bit of work in the museum, the Small Shots Cottages. There's obviously 4 or 5 successful businesses between the Steakhouse, Bar Prix, Jam Jar, Bungalow, and ourselves. So I say it's on the up. It's definitely the corner of Paisley where there's a lot happening. It's just about all the business owners now clubbing together and keeping that going and keeping that drive forward and keeping on it the right people.
Fantastic.
I was going to ask, what's the sort of age group that comes into your place?
It's very mixed. It's a very all-encompassing venue. Weekends does tend to be a little bit younger, more your young people in their 20s, out for a night out. During the week, your older generation, your parents, your families, your young mums, date night, groups of girls, everything really. We'll get everybody in.
You get MD my age?
I don't know.
You're looking for a game of bingo somewhere, Gary?
Right, that's an idea. There's a night, Colin.
Or maybe an afternoon, Gary, so you can get to your bed early type of thing.
Get down there with my frame.
Don't want to be out too late, Gary. Well, listen, Colin, that's fantastic. It's great to hear that the Eat Out to Help Out has been supporting you through this time and supporting the company and your staff through this time, because the impact of COVID has been pretty significant, and we've probably not even scratched the real surface. So it's been great to hear that you've kept going, and it's great to hear that the month of September, if you go down to the lane, then you've got the Eat Out to Help Out scheme on you guys, and that's running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now a Thursday night too. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep. All our food, draft soft drink, half price Monday to Thursday, and that's on us this month.
Oh, that's great to hear, Colin, and of course it's going to look great down in the Shuttle Street with yourselves, the bungalow, all with the tables and chairs, weather pending. That's a brilliant initiative as well, Colin. So well done in all of that.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Thank you very much, guys.
Colin, we're going to know our pleasure, Colin. We're going to let you get back to your evening of service. I'm sure there's a lot for you to do, but thanks very much and continued good luck throughout this busy time for you. All right.
Brilliant, Colin. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
Right. Cheers, Colin.
Bye.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that great?
That's the first time I've had a proper look around that. That was good to get that wee view around the lane. It's a place, admittedly, Gary, I've not been in, so I'll need to.
No, I've been in it now and again. I was in it a wee while ago when we just started out in business, and it was Suburbia.
Aye.
And we had a Christmas night out, and we ended up in there, and it was mobbed, and it's really nice actually.
I think they've done it up quite tastefully as well. The cobbles in there, and the you know, that sort of older kind of looking, you know, traditional sort of looking bar. So it looks pretty good. We'll need to get ourselves down there, Gary, when we can. And of course, they're going to shout you a discount Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And just to be clear, that's not just for us. That's for everybody.
Oh, aye.
It's not if you're Gary and Andy going in and you get a discount. It's everybody. Eat
special.
Eat out, spend out to eat out, spin out to try out. We don't know what it's called, but you get in there and you get your stuff half price.
And it's great. So if you're out, folks, this week or next week or whenever it is, and you've popped into the lane and you've had a good meal, brilliant. Let us know about it, and we'll talk about it at some later on point. So, Gary, that's our first guest on. We're at that part of the show, the middle part of the show. What's on in the middle part of the show here, Gary?
Are we not doing the quiz?
Is it the quiz? I was going to say it is the quiz. I'm reading your script right here, Gary.
Well, I've got a prediction.
Go on. Everybody's getting 10 out of 10.
We're running over.
We might run over, but
10 out of 10. Now that's a song. We have a wee bit later on. We've got a karaoke coming up, and normally folk go, "I think I'll sing that one, and I'll sing that one." What is this? Everybody that's watching in tonight, what's your favourite karaoke tune? What's your tune? What's your song in the karaoke?
Exactly. Daydream Believer for me, Gary. But I'm a dreadful singer. You really wouldn't want to listen to my dulcet tones. But I like the Monkees. Is
that right?
Aye, Daydream Believer. It's a cracking song, written by Neil Diamond, if my memory serves me correctly.
Daydream. Is that no Red Wine?
No, that's UB40, Gary.
Neil Diamond wrote that.
He probably wrote a few tunes and a few karaoke classics.
I like a wee karaoke myself.
Where would you be without Neil Diamond on the karaoke machine, Gary?
That's true.
And a bit of Sweet Caroline.
Where would you be
if
it wasn't for your wellies?
Right, so quiz time.
How are we going to do this, Andy?
Right,
you read one. I'll read one. You read one. I'll read one.
Right.
And we'll do the picture thing at the end.
We'll do that. So, folks, get your phones out, get a bit of paper, get a pencil, get a pen, whatever it is. We're going to give you 10 questions and 10 pictures, and then you write down all the answers, and then we'll come back with the answers that are the correct ones. And we would ask you, do not write the answers in the chat. Wrong answers only, and they've got to be humorous. Is that right, Gary?
They've got to be funny.
Funny wrong answers only.
Funny wrong answers, but write down what you think is the right answer, and then we'll come back after we've done the karaoke. We'll come back with the right answers. You score your cell, and then you put your score in the column, and the winner gets a mask or a £10 voucher from Piero.
Picked at random if you're all 10 out of 10 or 20 out of 20, Gary, because we've got 10 pictures. Right, okay, folks, are you ready?
You do the first question. You do the first one, Andy.
Right, I'll do the first one. So, folks, are you ready for the Paisley Community Chat Show quiz, pub quiz, the big quiz?
Let's go for it.
Right, here we are, folks. Right, question number 1. Actor Richard Madden, who was born in Elderslie, played the King of the North in which TV show?
Don't read out the next bit.
I won't, because that's the answer. So write down the right answer, folks, and wrong answers only in the comments. Right. I'll repeat the question. Actor Richard Madden, who was born in Elderslie, played the King of the North in which TV show?
That's not easy. I don't know that one. Right, so question 2. We're going to move on rapidly. Question 2. So we want to pick a number 10 either way, and you get a point. As of January 2018, Paisley Town Centre has how many listed buildings?
Oof.
You know, I shall repeat. 10 either way. As of January 2018, Paisley Town Centre has how many listed buildings? And we're looking for a number.
And as close as you can.
As close as
that
you can. Within 10 either way. We'll give you a
Within
point.
10 either way. Right, got it.
Eddie's got it right, by the way, and that's dead funny. There we go. That's the type of answer we're looking for.
Apparently, Richard Madden was the king of the North in Crossroads, according to Mags McGee.
She'll be right. She'll be right. If for all I know.
Right, next question. Question number 3, folks. Right, question number 3. How many times have St Mirren won the Scottish Cup? How many times have the Buddies St Mirren won the Scottish Cup?
And you should have the years as well. You're not going to a point unless you get the years.
Well,
is that fair?
If you can get it, that's a bonus point.
A bonus point, okay.
Bonus point or points, because they might have won it more than once, Gary. Bonus point or points.
They might never have won it.
They might never have won it. You're quite right.
Yeah, there you go. So that was question 3. Question 4. Why is Paisley's James Goodfellow famous?
That's a great question, Gary.
That's a fantastic question, isn't it? Isn't it a brilliant question? And I'll repeat that. Why is Paisley's James Goodfellow famous?
Wrong answer.
I know the answer to that, Andy.
Wrong answers only in
wrong
the
answers only.
chat. Right answers down in the paper. Right, okay. Let's just see what the next question is. Question number 5. Which Paisley singer spent 2 weeks at number 1 in the UK single charts in September 1980? Holy smokes.
What, a Paisley singer?
40 years ago, Gary.
No way.
Which Paisley singer spent 2 weeks at number 1 in the UK singles charts in September 1980?
Now that's a good question. And that's question 5. So question 6. 10 years either way. This is a belter. 10 years either way. In which year was Paisley's Coates Observatory built? I'll repeat. 10 years either way. In which year was Paisley's Coates Observatory built? I'll give an extra point for somebody that can have a funny wrong answer to that. Shaking Stevens. That's a funny wrong answer.
He wasn't for Paisley. Richard Madden. There's some belters on here.
That's just good.
These are all the wrong answers to the question previous.
Nah, you don't know, Paul. You don't know.
Right,
We could also have said a supplementary question to that, Andy, because it's ringing a bell to me.
What, Coates Observatory?
No, the Paisley singer 1980.
Go on.
This is a Paisley related question. In which year was JR shot?
Oh, geez. Was it known? All right. Is that knowing the answer, the question, Gary?
It might be.
My wife will know that one. Right.
Anyway.
And you're not allowed to Google, folks. No Googling.
No, we've got Google, please.
No allowed. We'll get into trouble again. Right. Right. 10 years either way. Right. You did that one, right? Question number 7, folks. In 2018, a scholarship in songwriting was funded by who as part of UWS's Masters in Music course? So in 2018, a scholarship in songwriting was funded by who as part of a UWS Masters in Music?
That's a good question.
It's a great
question. A lot of people might not know that, Andy. But I must say...
You know the answer, Gary?
I must say, if folk don't get this next one, they've not been watching our show. Seriously. So question 8. Question 8 is, which celebrity opened Paisley's Piazza in 1970? Funny wrong answers only, please. Which celebrity opened Paisley's Piazza in 1970? And if you've not been watching this show, you can just press the button. See you later. Right, Andy.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to... we're doing a pictures round, so let me just... I've got to load up the pictures, Gary. As well.
You're getting ready for it?
I'm getting ready for the pictures round.
You're going to throw it in at the end?
Aye. So You did the Piazza one, right? Number 9, another football.
I just don't know what the answer to that, what the question that answer is to.
Which one?
Piero's answer. What question are you answering?
Piero.
Piero, what's the question to your answer?
I don't know. Well, that's the question. That's the answer. I've no idea.
I don't want to know the question to that answer.
Well, maybe it's that. That's that. But I'm just going to stop clicking these. Right. Next, Gary. I was going to say this is a football related one, but it's not really. This is This is I'll be interested to see who gets this right. Which St Mirren fan author who has written books including Quite Ugly One Morning and Country of the Blind? Which St Mirren fan author has written books including Quite Ugly One Morning and A Country of the Blind?
That's a cracking question. Good question. Yeah.
I never got that one. Never.
I've read both of them.
A few folk have recommended that I read this individual's books, but I've not got around to it yet.
They're really good, and see if you're a Paisley person and St Mirren fan, there's a lot of subtle and not so subtle references to St Mirren players or Paisley street names.
Aye, right. It's in there.
So, the penultimate question, which is the one second for the end, because we've got the pitch around. So I've always wanted to say penultimate question. Feel like a quizmaster.
Say what you see, Gary.
So I say what you see. That's good. Sorry, it's good, but it's not right. Anyway, question 10. Which world-renowned inventor, mechanical engineer and chemist was born in Greenock in 1736? So that's a Renfrewshire question. Which world-renowned inventor, mechanical engineer and chemist was born in Greenock in 1736? You know that one?
Gary, Greenock's in Inverclyde, is it no?
That's not a question. Just folk will not notice.
Who put this quiz together for us?
Oh, can't say. We will say, we'll give him a credit.
Greenock? All right, okay. That's a good question, though.
That's a cracking question.
Right, okay, folks. Have you got that as your 10 questions? Hopefully, you've got all of the answers written down. We're now going to go on to the picture round. And the picture round is dead simple. Excuse me, I'm burping with my beer, Gary.
Oh, I can't see you getting the wind. I'm going to the bog in a minute.
Live on air. Right, we're going to put up a picture with 10 pictures on it. And you have got to write down who's in each picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 at the bottom, 10. Are you ready?
And the humorous funny thing is somebody that isn't there.
Somebody that's no in there. Right. Let's just press this button, Gary, and get the pictures up on the screen.
All right.
Oh, how come we're still on, Gary? That's never happened to me before.
Folk will write your names down.
I'm going to.
It's Gary and Andy. It's a difficult one.
That's no done that before. That's not done. Right, what I'm going to do, Gary, is I'm going to remove us out, but unmute the microphone so folks can see it. Can you hear us, Gary?
I can hear you all right, and you hear me.
Aye, I can. My tech's going a bit kind of crazy tonight, Gary. But
so we still live.
We're still live. We're still live here,
Gary.
But look, I fixed it.
And it's working now.
I fixed it. Right, okay, folks. Apologies for that small technical issue there.
We need to make it slightly easier for people. One of them isn't a person.
One of them isn't a person. Two of them's no a person, Gary. Come on.
That's arguable.
Maybe 3.
Depending what way your politics is slanted.
Oh dear! I tell you what, I'd be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd be a 7 out of 10 in this one, Gary.
Oh, would you? And that includes the 2 that aren't the people.
Correct.
No, can't, Andy. I think I'd get most of them. I know the maybe one in the top left you might struggle with, one in the middle top you might struggle with.
Top left I definitely got.
Top middle.
Top middle, no idea. Looks like a guy that I used to go to school with. So there you go, folks.
Right, there's a quiz.
Quiz, 10 questions and 10 pictures. Hopefully you've written them all down. We're going to come back to the answers after the karaoke, Gary.
Yeah, this is an experiment. I'm sure it's going to work out fantastically well. So, in all good pubs, in the middle of the quiz, the guy's away to the toilet. He's having a fag outside. You're all marking your thing. Did I get that right? Is it really Dr. Spock? Mary, change your answers, rub your answers out. So we've got a karaoke coming up. We're hoping everybody's ready for the karaoke. We want to have just a bit of fun. Hope folk are going to join in and sing along. He's put up your favourite karaoke's earlier on. We're not going to tell you yet, but we're going to welcome our karaoke host.
Hi.
Charlene, hiya.
Hi, guys.
Charlene, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. And Charlene, you are sounding absolutely super clear. Brilliant.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
In your wee disco room there.
Do you like it?
That's just fantastic. I want a room like that. I think everybody should have rooms like that.
It's underneath my daughter's cabin bed.
Oh.
All right, okay. And does your daughter know that you're just about to start singing?
They're at their grands tonight.
Oh, that's no stuff. She'd be up there sleeping.
I'll sing quietly.
And you'd be blasting out Ace of Spades.
Yep. Sweet Caroline.
So, Charlene, we know you a little bit, but you might as well tell everybody who you are.
All right, okay. So yes, I'm a mum first, probably, from Paisley. I'm a singer. I sing in places like Zambretto. I was singing in Zambretto quite a lot. Oh, there's my wee disco stop. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
It's ended. So yeah, I'll sing in Zambretto, but also run choirs for Rock Choir. And I do a couple of singing workshops for active communities.
Brilliant, Charlie. Brilliant. And I know we've been debating what might be the best song. We've had a range of songs. You want to throw in a few of the songs that we've been chatting about this week about what might be best to sing?
First one that you really liked was "Sit Down" by James.
That was a good one.
It's a brilliant song.
That was really good.
I know.
No Paisley connection though. No Paisley connection.
I know, but I'll tell you the Paisley connection. It was played every night in Fury Murray's when I was going.
Oh, that's a tenuous link. That's good enough.
That'll do. We were talking about Palanatini's Candy.
Yeah. And 10 out of 10. We've been mentioning 10 out of 10 a lot tonight because it's a quiz night.
See what you did there, Gary. That was
Good link.
That was way above my head.
I know. That's great.
There's too many good karaoke songs.
Well, I mean, you're not normally known for karaoke, but do you dabble?
I started on karaoke. I used to present karaoke in Tannhills.
Really?
I did the club bar a few times.
Up the stair?
Yeah, up the stairs downstairs in the club bar. It was like a Thursday night or something. But I used to do the Argyle bar as well on a Friday.
Wow.
And did Suburbia on a Friday and a Sunday as well.
My God.
I know.
Oh, fantastic.
The karaoke upstairs at the club bar was a bit mad.
It was crazy. Busy.
Yeah. I used to go there now and again.
You couldn't get in, you couldn't get a seat.
Yeah.
Gary, have you done the karaoke?
I've not been a host, but I've done a couple of songs now and again.
Have you sang? All mature classics? Is it just Vienna? Is that your one-trick pony?
Not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't even dare attempt it.
What year?
Sacrilege to midge.
Oh, I wouldn't attempt it. I've sang it in the house in the shower, but I wouldn't attempt it outside.
Aye, well, we're not taking our cameras in there, Gary.
Excuse me? Oh, Sinatra's pretty good. Like a bit of Sinatra, a bit of Beatles.
Dean Martin.
I did once. George Michael, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
That's a good one. Need to dance to that one though.
Oh, I had my young man gear on.
Yeah, the suit out of rigs, Gary, with the sleeves rolled up.
No, it was out of Gilt Edge.
Gilt Edge. Oh,
You're getting back.
So, Charlene, I'm gonna try and get the karaoke working tonight. We'll see if the machine is working, and fingers crossed, it'll work perfectly, and you'll sing along. There might be one or two wee technical hitches we don't know. There might be a little bit of lag. We'll figure it out. But what we want everybody to do is sing along at home.
Yep. Make sure you sing along. Lots of clapping. Take a picture of yourself if you're singing along and post it on
That's a
Facebook.
great idea.
I'd love to see that.
Great idea. Right, let me just see if I can get this going. And
Singing voices ready, boys.
and if I click play over here, let me just check my volume levels.
We've never done this before, folks.
It's a first on the chat show. Karaoke in the chat show.
Charlie, what's the tune?
It is Steelers Wheel Stuck in the Middle. What you?
There you go. Right on cue.
Right, everybody needs to sing along. Ready?
I hope we don't get barbed for this.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. Down to the left of me, go to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Lose control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Ready? Down to the left of me, go to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Why did you accept me, man?
And your friends, they often call it slap you on the back and say, trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? Well, I don't think I can take any more. Ready? Clowns to the left of me, go to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Then we're dancing again. You take a picture. If you're at home dancing, take a picture. And are you ready to start singing again? And you started out with nothing, and you proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they all come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Are you last chance to dance?
We'll follow the swally up digging now. Last dance up with the swally.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Down to the left of me, go to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Yeah! Well done, we done it.
Oh, we pulled it off.
Fantastic, Charlene. That was great. And that all hung together well.
We done it.
Didn't it? Yeah, we did it well.
That was
I felt like I was dancing to steps.
1, 2, 2. That's it.
Hey, brilliant, Charlene. Thanks for being a great
Thanks for having me,
sport.
guys.
Brilliant sport,
Charlene.
Charlene.
That was
Well done.
brilliant. Thank you so much, Charlene. Feel free to hang around for the rest of the show. But if you need to get on with things, we'll catch you later on. But needless to say, next pub special, we'll get you on.
Be brilliant. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you soon.
Right,
Hey,
Charlene.
Charlene.
Take care.
See you later. Oh, God's sake. One can, Dan.
Oh, I know. This has got in my head already, Gary. I'm just lightweight.
Hey, I'm holding on, Andy. You're looking funny.
We've done the karaoke, Gary. We've managed to get through the evening without the Facebook polis pulling us off air.
Well, we don't know.
Well, they might come back to us later on.
Did you see that comment earlier?
Which one?
Somebody put up, it would have been funny if you get done the looking for Linda on karaoke, and we were toying with that. we were going to try.
It was a consideration, Paul. We did think about it, but Steelers wheel stuck in the middle for you with you.
Andy, me and you's a thing the right way round.
Me and you's. Would you know like that way, Gary?
Well, it's just our viewer is commenting.
Oh, no, exactly. We've gone the wrong way around, Gary. No, exactly. Aaron and Beck don't swap places. Clearly,
see, there you go. Wasn't that good fun? That was brilliant. And Charlene, she's out of comfort zone a wee bit, doing it online and singing with us guys, and hopefully enjoyed that. That was just a wee bit of light-hearted fun. And what a brilliant song! That
was brilliant. That was really good. So we told you that we were going to do a pub night, and no pub night would have been complete without some karaoke. So we gave it a go. It worked out. I'm sorry if anyone heard me singing there. It's no very good, but yeah.
At least you weren't humming.
Right, Gary, are we time for the question, the answers for the big
quiz? The answers to the quiz. Do you want to do it in reverse order?
What?
No. Let's not confuse ourselves.
My brain, wouldn't be able to get around that, Gary. Right. Okay, folks. I did the first question, didn't I, Gary? Yeah, I think I did.
From memory.
Right. Are you ready, folks? So this is where honesty comes in. If you get the right answer, give yourself a point. If you didn't get the right answer, then don't cheat. Right, actor Richard Madden was born in Elderslie and he played the King of the North in which TV show? The answer was Game of Thrones.
I wouldn't have got that, Andy. Something I've never watched it. Never ever watched it. So if you got Game of Thrones, you get a point.
Point for Game of Thrones.
Mark it down in your wee sheet. Give us a big thumbs up if you got it, or a thumbs down if you didn't get it. And tell us some of your daft guesses. If you didn't get it, give us a few guesses in there. Let us know.
Wrong answers only.
So, and question number 2 was, this is 10 either way. As of January 2018, Paisley Town Centre has how many listed buildings? And the answer is 110.
Ooh, wow.
So if you had between 100 and 120, you've got the right answer. So
between 100 and 120, and it's 110. That's a huge number of listed buildings Paisley's got.
But of course, you know that Paisley's second only to Edinburgh in listed buildings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there you go. That's question 2. If you've got that, bang on. So Norma got it 120. Well done, Norma. 120,
285 from Annette. Come on, Annette. To be quite honest, Gary, I wouldn't have got that one either. I wouldn't have got that. Hundreds, maybe. Right, okay. Question number 3. How many times have St Mirren won the Scottish Cup? The answer is 3 times. So you get 1 point if you got 3 times, and there's a potential for 3 bonus points if you get the years right. And the years are 1926, 1959, and the one that I went to, 1989. 1987. So if you got 3, you get a point. 1926, 1959, 1987, extra points.
What age were you when you were at that game, Andy?
87, I would have been 15.
Really?
Aye, 15, 72, Gary.
Yeah.
And my mum wouldn't let me go down to the town afterwards when there was the big party on. I got to the game, but I couldn't go out. I was too young.
She knows you were just going to sneak out to Carnegie's for a pint.
For a swift pint.
Right, so I've got the pleasure of question 4. Why is Paisley's James Goodfellow famous?
This will be an interesting one to see who got this one right.
Why is Paisley's James Goodfellow famous? And the answer is he was the creator of PIN and the ATM. So the PIN thing you put in the machine to take out your money. It's a Paisley guy called James Goodfellow. If you got that, you get a point.
There you go. And he's painted on the side of the shops round at Round Street.
Aye, up the back of Thrushcraig's. He's on the side of Greens. There you go. That's taking you back.
Come back a bit. I was going to just call it Spar because that's what's there. But yep, he is. He's painted. That's a great question. I wonder who got that one right. Joan Ferguson, ATM. She got that right. Annette Armstrong seems to have gotten that one right. Question number 5, folks. Which Paisley singer spent 2 weeks at number 1 in the UK singles chart in September 1980? Well, you got it right. If your head was in a spin, the answer was Kelly Marie.
Boo boo. That's a great answer.
How we should get Kelly Marie on the programme, Gary.
That would be great to get Kelly Marie on. She stayed down the back of Thrushcraig's. We used to go up the back of the huts and down in it, and she stayed in St.
You used to go up the back of the huts with Kelly Marie. Is there a story in there, Gary?
Oh no! You're picking that up wrong because you've had a swally.
Dear. Kelly Marie. If anyone knows Kelly Marie, let's get Kelly Marie onto the programme.
Yes. So question 6.
Right.
10 years either way again. In which year was Paisley's Coates Observatory built? So that's 10 years either way. In which year was Paisley's Coates Observatory built? And the answer is 1883. So if you said between 1873 and 1893, you get a point.
Fantastic. Good. Hopefully you are all doing well. We've got Councillor Eddie Devine is on the case. He's going to chap the brother's door.
Oh, aye.
See how we can get on.
See that sister of yours, she's wanted on that chat show.
She wanted on that Paisley chat show. Right, Eddie, that's your job for the morrow, Eddie. Get yourself down to Kelly Marie's brother's house. Right, what's the next question, Gary? The next question was, in 2018, a scholarship in songwriting was funded by who as part of a UWS Masters in Music course? So who funded the UWS Masters in Music course for songwriting? The answer was Paisley's one and only Paolo Nutini. If you got Paolo Nutini, you get a point. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. Question 8. So if you don't get this, there's something wrong with you.
They weren't watching last week, Gary.
That's what I meant. So question 8. Which celebrity opened Paisley's Piazza in 1970? Which celebrity opened Paisley's Piazza in 1970?
Paisley's Piazza.
On my shelf. And the answer is Sean Connery. Big Tam.
Big Tam, Sean Connery.
He's all got that. Tell us all got that.
Picture up. I think I've deleted it, Gary. I had the picture there it was up last week. Nah, I've deleted it, Gary. Right, okay, question number 9. Which St. Munfan author has written books including Quite Ugly One Morning and Country of the Blind? What's the name of the author? The answer is Christopher Brookmeyer. Apparently he's from Borheed, I think. Is he not?
He was I think he was a writer for the Herald and then dabbled in book. They're really good, Andy. You should, I know they like to download a book. Really good.
Christopher Brookmeyer. A lot of folk have recommended that I read his stuff because it's kind of, he uses kind of local references and all that sort of stuff. So, yep.
There's a character in one of his books called Lex Richardson,
Right.
and Lex Richardson was my favourite St Mirren player.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's a throwaway. You got an extra point if you knew that, but it wasn't part of it. So, anyway, question 10 is a wild card, maybe no for Paisley or Renfrewshire question, but we'll put it in anyway. Which world-renowned inventor, mechanical engineer and chemist was born in Greenock in 1736? And the answer is James Watt.
Do you think he was a Morton fan, Gary?
In 1736?
Don't know. Are they that old?
Don't think so. He maybe made the rules. Maybe the Morton's rules.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Right.
Mary got it. So there you go. That's the 10 questions. So I want you to mark all your scores up. We're going to give you the picture round now.
Right, picture round coming up, folks. Let me just get the pictures back up on the screen if I do this right this time. And you should hopefully hear us okay. Can you hear me okay, Gary?
Yes, I can, Andy.
Right, okay. First one, top left-hand corner is the one and only Archie Gemmell.
Yeah, spot on, Andy. Second one in the middle, which I think you don't know,
No idea.
is a Paisley guy, now manager of Dundee United, called Mickey Mellon.
Mickey Mellon.
Did you think that was a comedy character? But that's actually his name.
Mickey Mellon. That would have been a challenge at school. Number 3. Everyone must get this one right. Surely. Jerry Rafferty.
The very man, Jerry Rafferty, number 3. And of course, we're going from left to right,
Aha.
in case anyone is in any doubt. So we're now in the second row. First person, second row, is Tom Conti.
Brilliant. Tom Conti. And these are all Paisley folks. Imagine getting Tom Conti's on the show. That'd be good. He'd have to dial in from Los Angeles or wherever he's based now.
Or Greece with what's that woman he went to?
Oh, what was the name of that movie?
It's a quiz night.
We're supposed to know the answers. Maybe Eddie Devine knows Tom Conti's brother and can chap his door as well.
That'd be an idea. He might be good for next week's show. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Right, number 5, the champ in the middle with a painting which you can't quite see, but that is John Byrne.
Yeah, the inimitable. What's that word, Andy?
Aye, that word.
John Byrne. Number 6.
Shirley Valentine. There you go.
That isn't Shirley Valentine, but that's who he went with, wasn't it? Shirley Valentine. That's a brilliant answer.
Aye. We need to do that one next time. Right, number 6, Gary.
Number 6 is Phyllis Logan.
Right, who's Phyllis Logan, Gary?
That's that woman, number 6, Andy. I think she was in Downton Abbey.
Oh, right. Ah, yeah, that rings a bell.
And a number of other things. So she's the not to be forgotten famous actress, Andy.
Now, number 7 is David Snedden.
Yeah, David Snedden for Afric Drive.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Everybody knows that.
I understand that David Snedden was late for a gig in the town hall and they asked this young boy to get up and sing, and that boy was called Paolo Nutini, and that's how Paolo got his big break.
No way.
That's what I understand. Paolo got a break in the town hall because David Snedden was a bit late, and David Snedden's management team spotted him and went, that boy can sing.
Well, there you go. And to credit to David Snedden, he realised he wasn't the most gifted performer or singer, but he's a top songwriter.
He's a writer now, right? He's a writer now.
Yeah, so right. I've got the pleasure of the person in the middle there, but it's not really a person. So this is, of course, it's Coates Memorial Church as was, and now Coates Venue.
Coates Venue, absolutely. Coates Venue, there it is in all its spectacular glory. Right, okay, the guy next to Coates Memorial Church, Andrew Neil.
Yep.
Andrew Neil, Paisley guy on the telly doing his politics shows. Andrew Neil.
Yep. Glenburn man, I hear. I follow Eddie on Twitter. I think he keeps saying he's a Glenburn man. So there you go. And last but not least, the world famous alien gargoyle at Paisley Abbey is our final answer on the picture round. So if you got all of those guys, you get 10 points.
Right. So
Andy, I've got a question for you. What were the 7 or what were the 3 that you wouldn't have got?
I didn't know that Mellon guy.
Oh, aye.
And I didn't know Phyllis Logan.
Yeah.
And I know. I think that was about it. I think I would have got the rest of them. So that would have been 8 if my arithmetic serves me correctly.
There you go. I wouldn't have got Mickey Mellon a few weeks ago, but he's just been appointed manager of Dundee United.
Never heard of Mickey Mellon, but no, that's good. So, folks, that's you. You've had your 10 answers to your quiz with some extra bonus points in there.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Got to say a big thanks. Gary Sweeney is a friend of ours from school. We know Gary from school. Contacted him a few weeks ago because he's pretty knowledgeable and all of that stuff that we've just put up. And Gary Sweeney pulled together a wee Paisley Renfrewshire slanted quiz for us. So big shout out to Gary Sweeney. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Gary. So you've got your 10 questions with a few extra bonus points in there. You've got your 10 pictures. What I need you to do is now total up your scores out of whatever the total was and put up your number. Already we've got Joan Ferguson. Oh, she's setting the bar high. 19.
Do you know what she's known? Do you know what she's known as? Joan the Google Ferguson.
I think she's been Googling it, Gary.
Well, I want to say that's just what she's known as. It's just
Annette. Oh, Annette. Oh no, hold on. Yeah,
Jane,
we've got
19.
Jane.
Yeah.
19. Well done, Jane. That's good. So you're up there along with Joan. Annette letting the side down with 12.
Easy,
Annette. That's a disgrace.
That's poor, Annette. But who had 4? Somebody got 4 earlier on.
Oh no, I think that was Annette just totaling up the pictures, maybe. We've got the answers are coming in thick and fast. So we've got Mags 14 for 14, 15 here for Mary Conley. We've got Claire, come on, 14.
You showed her the answers earlier.
Exactly.
What's going on in your house?
Right,
that's that whole thing across the dinner table, Andy. You just weren't listening.
Just weren't listening. So currently we've got a tie between Joan and Jane.
Have we?
Joan and Jane. So
Joan did well. I take it all back, Joan.
Joan, don't have to Google. I know my town. Now, Gary, do we have a tiebreaker?
Who's in tie?
What?
Who's the other one that's tying with Joan?
Oh no, hold on a second. Hold on. Right, so Jane Batty.
Yeah.
Or Beatty. Apologies, Jane. I forgot your surname wrong. So that was Jane on 19. We've got Joan on 19.
Ah, okay.
It's taken him a wee while to count it up. It's because it's into double digits. But Councillor Eddie Devine on 20.
Oh, is that allowed?
We're going to ban him for his cheek.
You know what they call him? Eddie the Google Divine.
Oh, fantastic. So Eddie has got 20.
Is it everybody was, to be honest, weren't they?
Aye.
Well,
is there such a thing as an honest politician, though, Gary?
You took the words out of my mouth. Oh, that's Eddie's got 20. My God, so Eddie sneaks into the lead. So what we're having to do tonight, guys?
Stuart's inquiry. He claims he's kidding.
Eddie's kidding on.
Come on, Eddie.
You called him to task with the honest politician stuff, Andy, and he's done a U-turn.
He's crumbled already.
We held his feet to the fire.
Oh no! I think we've got a joint. We've got well, there's Paulie. He needs to show you his paper. Well, you got to show your working out. Got to show your working.
That's true.
Post up your picture. So right now there's a steward's inquiry to see what see whether Eddie. I think Eddie's been pulling a leg, Gary. I think we've got a joint between Joan and Jane. So well done,
and Jane.
ladies. 19, 23, fantastic scores.
What about a couple of Paisley Community Trust masks?
Aye, we'll get them.
One each.
We'll get them. If you can drop us a wee personal message to our Facebook page, give us your address, and we'll get the Paisley Community Trust masks. What a prize, a mask, COVID. Eh? What's that all about? We'll get a mask sent out in the post to protect you from the pandemic. What a quiz show this is, Gary.
Yeah. See next week's quiz.
Oh, jeez. What's it? Oh.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. And
that was good. Thanks everyone for joining in. I hope you enjoyed that.
Right, Gary, we're done on the quiz. We've overran, and I think we better get wrapping up, Gary, because it's that time of night.
That is. I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight's show. It's been good fun, Andy.
It's been great.
Hopefully we've taken people to a virtual pub. We started off in the lane. We never talked football or politics, which was quite good, Gary, or religion. So that's the three things that you avoid in a pub conversation. So we took you to the lane. We gave you a quiz. We gave you some karaoke and then the answers. Folks, thank you so much. We hope that you've enjoyed this evening. As always, Gary, let's start winding up with what's on next week. Or, well, hold on, because you talked about our own competition. Yeah, did I?
I think
Pixels thing. Yeah, Pixels. We'll throw that in.
That's a quick reminder, folks. We have our competition still open to the end of this month, end of September. So it's been quite good to extend because we've been having a number of other applications coming in and submissions. So the competition is to design a new brand and logo for Pixels Paisley Cross Lascala PXLS. Visit our website, paisleytrust.org, and you will have all the information that you need to be able to submit your design. And you don't need to be an artist. You just need to scribble something up and get it submitted into us.
Yeah, that's encourage everyone to do that. Tell your friends, kids, and Caroline, we're still looking for you to get your class together and do the Pixels logo. So so we're nearly finished, Andy.
We are. And who's on next week, Gary?
We're working on a number of things, and I'm going to exclusively announce that I've not heard back from the Mayor of Barga yet. I wrote to the Mayor of Barga because next week's show is about Paisley and its Italian connections. And if we get it right, we'll have on some high-profile Paisley Italian family people to tell us about their journey and their family's journey and their connection to Paisley and all of that. And it's a whole subject that's relatively well known in the town. So we want to tell those people's stories. So it whetted my appetite a wee bit when we had Piero on. And he was talking about his family and the Nardinis. That ended up down in Larg. So it's quite interesting. Should be a really good, entertaining and interesting show. So we're looking to pull that together in the next couple of days, Andy. So that's what we're planning.
Wow, fantastic. That'll be a great show. Well, listen, folks, we look forward to you all joining us next week. Thank you so much for everyone that's joined in. Thank you for indulging in the karaoke and the quiz and the tour around the lane. Make sure if you can and if you want to, get out and support those guys. And there's many other pubs and restaurants in the town that will really appreciate your local support, people. So if you can do that over the course of the next week or two, well, we see that it makes a difference because it was great to chat to the folks at the lane earlier on. So Gary, we're all done.
Fantastic. So it just means for us to say cheers, everyone. Good night.
Cheers, folks. See you later.